We are now in ChatGPT's main interface. If mine looks really wide compared to yours, that is just because I have a very wide monitor. Normally I work with things side by side, so that is why it looks so much larger than yours. Right here in the center is the main body of what you're going to work with when you're working with chat. It's right here. I'm going to put my little cursor, is the box where you're going to input data, ask your questions, copy and paste, whatever method you're going to use to get information to chat is going to come through this box for the most part. You're going to see this question. I get asked about this a lot. It does change most of the times when you come in, and it means absolutely nothing. You can just ignore it. It's just a space filler, I think. I have no idea. And chat is not the only one that does it, so it's an AI thing. Okay, before I go into what else is here, I'm going to go over to the left menu and start. Chat, new chat. I suggest that every single time that you come in with a new question or a new project that you click on the new chat button. And here's why. Over here, you can see this is my previous chat log. And this is everything that I've asked it over the last however many months I've been using it recently. And it will, I can go back in to any of these and I can click on it and I can read the previous comments. I'm going to relieve what we talked about. And so the benefit of this is that I don't have to remember it. I don't have to, if I've forgotten where I saved it, if I failed to save it, I can just go back in here and find my previous chat. Now, I'll go down. There's another way we can do this, and I'm going to point it out. But first, I'm just going to go down in order. I already told you can search chats right here. So if you've forgotten where something was, you could just search and ask it. Here, if you click on images, it's going to bring this up. These are some image styles that are trending right now. Up here again is your box, your prompt box, where you would tell it what you want. You can click on this little picture that looks like a picture to add a photo if you're going to use a photo as a reference. So, for example, these are some old things that I did, and you can see these are things that I did because people had asked me how to do something that was a viral trend. So those are ones that I uploaded a picture on of myself, and it created something new. So that is that. That is what that is about. And you'll see that there's another place to get to this, to make images, but that's really what it's for. Now, I just want to point out as well, if you just went into the main chat board when you came in and said, please create an image of, it's going to get to this spot. It's going to bring itself to this spot. It just is faster if you tell it yourself, because it does not have to think to itself, oh, okay, now I need to go over to the image software. That's all. So you can do it from the main menu. Don't stress about that, but it's just easier and more efficient if you go to one of the image panels. The next thing is apps, and this is all the different apps that work with this program. So you might have been in OpenTable or Spotify or one of these other apps and noticed that it says, you can get help with ChatGPT. And so this is just the reverse of that. That is if you want to bring one of these programs in when you're working with chat as well. And so you just have to click on it, and there's a way to bring that program into your ChatGPT to work. The final one over here, I'm not going to click on it because it takes you out of this and takes you into a web page, but this is Codex, and that is only used if you are writing code. Now, some people have to write code as part of a project, and you don't have to be a coder to use this. In other words, it is just for anybody who's writing code and needs help. I know professional coders who have now used this quite often to check their work, so that's kind of cool. It is a very well thought of program. So that is this section. Now I'm going to go into here where it says new project. New project is, think of it like a file folder system. So I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to just write oh, I don't know, YouTube follow-up. I have no idea what that even means, but okay. I'm going to make a project that goes with that. So now I'll go over here and this where it says video script, which is probably actually for Facebook, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to click on these little buttons over here, and I can say move to project, and down here are my projects, and I can just click on YouTube follow-up, and it will add that to that. So if I want to find it later, I can go into let's see, it's not, you don't go into this, you don't go to create project, you go into projects. I don't know where that is. Oh, here they go. And just under projects, it will come up with the two. These are the two projects that I have under mine right now. That's all that is. Oops. Okay, yes, I know, create project. I really want you to create projects. Okay, that's that. Now, let's go over here, back to new chat, and go to, this is the plus button. And I'm not sure why, but a lot of people are really intimidated by the things under this. They're advanced tools, and they really are not. So let's go through them. First, this is how you add photos or files. Now, you might want to add a file, for example, if you wanted it to review a document for you, or to spell check a document for you, or to do a myriad of other things that this program is capable of, not just basic things, but just, for example, those basic things. That is where you would upload your file from. The other option is photos. You saw earlier some of the things that I had done with my own photo to practice showing someone how to use ChatGPT to do one of the viral photo things. I uploaded from here. Now, when you go to upload from here, it's going to just be your local files, unless you have something else. If you have a network or your phone linked to your computer, it is just going to take you to your local files. It's not going to add somebody else's files, and your files are not going to be given to anyone else. It is perfectly private. This next is take a screenshot. That is nice if you are in a hurry. If you just want you want to be able to save it in a photo format for some reason. It's just a fast way to save your information. Take a photo obviously only works if you are with something that is connected to a camera. So your phone or your laptop or at your computer if it has a web camera. Next, and again, you would use it probably most likely if you were just trying to get chat to alter a photo for you. Down here is create an image. That is the same thing as this that says images over here. And why they call it two different things, I do not know. I just think they want to confuse people, but they are the same exact thing. They will take you to the same place. Now, thinking underneath that is when you want chat to give you a more in-depth answer. So generally speaking, when you ask it something, it's going to give you a paragraph or two answer. It will give you a general overview, in other words. If you want more information, you're going to click on thinking, and it's going to take its time to get you a little more data. It's not the same as deep research, which is the next one. And you're going to see you can see I've hovered over deep research, and over here it says 5 left, more available on. It's based upon when you use them, when you get more, but it is because it takes so much of their hardware networking time and bandwidth. They limit the number that you can use because ChatGPT is the world's most popular AI. It was, I think, the very first one that was offered to the general public. And since it is also free, that is the other reason that it's so popular, because they give you so many tools on the free version, far more than most AIs do. It is just really popular. So they limit how many of these deep research projects that you can do, just simply because they don't have enough bandwidth to make it work for the whole world. The next one is shopping research. You may have heard me talk on another video about how I purchased my car using shopping research. I used it from this, and I used Copilot as well. And I asked it, I started with a very broad question, asking it, telling it, here's my budget and here's the features, and give me a list of cars, either new or used, that offer these things and have a certain safety rating, etc. And then slowly I narrowed that down, basically asking it additional questions and sometimes telling it, what should I know about these cars? Which one of these cars should be eliminated based upon things you know? So I was able to go all the way down to 3 cars, and then I asked it what was available in my area, and that took it down to 2 cars. And then I asked it some additional questions, and we took it down to the final car. And I knew what lot I was going to buy it from, and I walked in the door not only knowing all that information and knowing all about the car, but I also knew how much I should expect to pay in my area. And as a result, I was able to negotiate a little, not just a little bit, quite a bit below that amount. And AI can give you scripts, even if you're nervous about that sort of thing, scripts about what you should plan to say. So it's a great little program, but don't think you can only use it for big things. For example, let's say you tell it, we're a family of 4 and we want to buy an air fryer, and please look at features and warranties and under this price, and please tell me the top 3 in my area that I can purchase in person that I should be considering. And then it will give you a report about those things, making it suggestions. So it can be used for just about anything in terms of purchase it, which saves you a little time if you don't want to just be bumbling around Amazon looking for reviews and reading crazy things people say. Okay, so that's that. Now the bottom one is more. More is more. And it's going to take you here. Number 1 is web search. So I think I told you, but just going back, if I haven't told you, this AI is a conversation-based AI. It learns the more you talk to it. So it has its own massive database put together from things that were given to it by the creators, like documents and books and websites, and it has learned and learned and learned. So it's got a tremendous resource of data, but it will not go search the web unless you tell it to. It's only going to give you its answer via the information it already has. So if you want something that is very new, or something that's currently in the news and you want answers about it, or if you want to know the hours of a business and you're afraid it might have changed, so this is the kind of thing that you're going to ask it to search on the web. I don't believe it's solely on the web, the answers that you're going to get back, but it's going to go there first. Study and learn is for when you want this AI to teach you something, in essence. So it will go in, and instead of the 2-paragraph general overview answer, it will give you a much more in-depth answer. So you're only going to use this if it's something that you want to learn about, and you want to learn about it on a microscopic level. It's going to give you a lot of information. I have used this more than once, and I found it fascinating. If you are somebody who likes to learn, you're going to really enjoy this. But it is something that will, you can ask it to break it down further, and it's really cool, the kind of information that we'll give you. So if you like to learn, or if there's something that you have to learn, this is a good place to start. Canva, the next one down, Canvas, is a feature that, as far as I know, is unique. And I'm sure somebody's going to tell me it's not, but as far as I'm aware, it's unique in that when you go into this, it will allow you to edit your documents on the fly. So here's what I mean by that. Normally, if I'm working with any AI and I say, here's this document I've uploaded, please, spell check it for me, for example. I don't know why you would use AI to spell check for you, but just in case, let's say you did. And it gave you the document back. Here's the fixed document. You then have to copy and paste that into a Word document or a Google document, or however you save your text. And then you would come back and you would upload that again, and then you would ask your next question. With this, the document is editable as you are working on it. So it's going to make edits, and it's going to allow you to make edits, and your conversation is going to happen with the AI in that framework. So that's a completely different thing than what you normally would do. However, you're really only going to want to use it if you're if you're doing a big project. For example, if you have written a script or a manuscript and it's just a tremendous amount of text, and or it is a multi-document project, that is when Canva really makes a difference for you. I would not use it just everyday document things. It's a little too gainly for that. But if you are doing something big, it can be a big help. The next one is your year with ChatGPT. That's just hey, aren't we great thing from ChatGPT that allows you to see what you've done in the last year. And if you've been using it for a while, that can be kind of interesting. But it's not exactly a useful thing. And then here, Explore Apps is the same thing as Apps up here. Yet again, they've named it something different, but it's going to take you the same exact place. Okay, so that is everything under the plus button. Up here where it says ChatGPT, if you click down that is just going to give you the opportunity to upgrade, give them some of your money. To the left of that is a thing that says close sidebar, and it does exactly that. It will close your little sidebar where your chats are and all of that. And you simply go back over here, and where that ChatGPT logo used to be is now open sidebar. That's all that is. Down at the bottom, you can click on your name, and it's going to give you this is your personal information with your account. Another opportunity to upgrade. Personalization, settings, help, etc. It always makes me laugh when they have help on an AI, because you can literally ask the AI itself the question and it will answer you. All right, now over on the right are two tools. Turn on temporary chat and start a group chat. So it is tools that you're going to use for using, obviously, with groups. If you wanted to invite someone in to share with you, if it's for a work project or your church or a nonprofit, and you want to actually do a project with the AI with more than one person, that's how you would do it. I have personally never used that option. I don't have anybody who wants to work with ChatGPT with me because I'm a little too enthusiastic, I think. But should you be someone who has that opportunity, I would think it's a very cool option. Okay, I think that's it. I think I've covered everything. If you have questions, if I have covered something poorly, or if I have not covered something, if I've failed to cover something, please let me know. I'd be happy to answer your questions. And if you have suggestions for other apps or other processes you would like me to cover, I would be happy to do so as well. I am a new channel, so I'm looking for new things that I can bring people that they will actually want and enjoy seeing. I thank you and appreciate you for your time. If you would like and follow, I'd be really, really grateful, but that's certainly your option. And once again, thank you for your time. Bye-bye.